P. Diddy just got arrested yesterday and he could possibly be facing life in prison. And I knew this was going to happen, but what I did not know was just how bad these charges were, okay? Let's go ahead and watch this video and react to it. Before we do me a quick favor. Hit that like button for the YouTube algorithm so that this video can reach more people like yourself. I truly appreciate you guys, and if you're not already subscribed to the channel, go ahead and tap that subscribe button, and let's hop into this video right now.
Sean P. Diddy Combs has been arrested and indicted on federal charges. The disgraced music icon has faced startling allegations for months of rape, sexual assault, physical abuse, gun, and drug trafficking. On Monday evening, he was indicted by a grand jury in New York. He was taken into custody in Manhattan, where he's been for the last week in anticipation of these charges. Now, the charges haven't been made public just yet. In fact, the indictment was sealed. But according to the New York Times, a person familiar with the prosecution says they believe Diddy faces charges of racketeering and sex trafficking. Diddy's legal team said they were disappointed with the decision to prosecute, but mentioned their client has been cooperative with law enforcement. A statement from his legal team reads, quote, Sean Diddy Combs is a music icon, self-made entrepreneur, loving family man, and proven philanthropist who has spent the last 30 years building an empire, adoring his children, and working to uplift the Black community. He is an imperfect person, but is not criminal. To his credit, Mr. Combs has been nothing but cooperative with this investigation, and he voluntarily relocated to New York last week in anticipation of these charges. Please reserve your judgment until you have all the facts. These are the acts of an innocent man with nothing to hide, and he looks forward to clearing his name in court.
Okay, so obviously they're lying about who this man is, obviously, okay? From all of the evidence that we've known so far, P. Diddy has done some egregious things, okay? He's what he did to Cassie, what he's done to the people on his label. There's talk about how, with the racketeering charges, how he like gets women and make them do things that they shouldn't be doing and that they don't want to do for the sake of trying to get somebody else on their label, like another rapper. And so they have these women do favors for these rappers to get them on their label. Okay, that is just insane. Okay, the amount of money that he's stolen from people, the amount of threats that he's given people, the things that he makes people do to keep power, essentially, is just incredible, man. It is beyond evil. Okay, and you're gonna hear more about that as this video continues. Okay, let's watch a little more.
I don't think folks were super shocked at that juncture. I think what was more shocking was sort of Jennifer Lopez's involvement in all of this, because I don't think, even though she was like, yeah, I'm Jenny from the block, I don't think anybody really saw her as really going to be that, quote unquote, that chick who is, coming with the firearm and is going to, hold it down and ride or die for her man. Like, I don't think people really saw that of her. So I think that was the most shocking part of the case back in 1999.
So we've got these allegations that Diddy was responsible as the shooter, but also allegations that J-Lo carried the weapon that Diddy used in the shooting. What's interesting here is that Cassandra Ventura, known publicly as the singer Cassie, says Diddy made her do the same thing. She filed a lawsuit in November of last year, laying out some pretty severe allegations about Diddy. To start, there's that gun allegation that on at least 2 occasions, Diddy demanded Cassie hold his gun in her purse. The lawsuit goes on to state, quote, there was no clear reason why Mr. Combs required her to hold his gun, except to reinforce to his young girlfriend that he was violent, powerful, and dangerous.
So when you hear about that, right? And we know that Cassie ended up speaking up about the whole situation. Why did J-Lo not speak up about what was going on at that time? That's a question that I would like to know. Why was J-Lo silent about everything that was going on? It's just crazy, man. You can see how P. Diddy just desires to have this power over people. And he does things like that to kind of make himself seem as more powerful and dangerous, than he is, making people hold his weapons and stuff like that, and making people do dirty work for him in the club and all that kind of stuff. It's just crazy, man. But it gets worse than that. Okay, this is just the bottom of the barrel. It gets much worse. Let's go ahead and check that out real quick. Okay, and I want to show you guys this part right here. I don't want to let the video play because I don't even think that you can even hear this without the video being demonetized just by how bad it is. But let's just read this. It says, during their date, this is a lady that was in college during the time that was messing with P. Diddy. It says P. Diddy intentionally deed her, okay, resulting in her being in a physical state where she could not independently stand or walk. Driving first to a music studio where she could not get out of the car, P. Diddy proceeded to a place he was staying to do that, right? As was his practice, but unbeknownst to her, Combs video recorded this happening. Just like he had hundreds of cameras in his house where he was throwing these parties at. And they got a bunch of rooms where people are doing stuff at, and no one knew about the cameras. This is crazy. And as bad as this already is, there's another name that was brought up in the allegations in the paperwork, okay? And that is the actor by the name of Cuba Gooding Jr., the guy that played Radio. Listen to what they're about to say about what he did alongside with P. Diddy. This is crazy. Okay, look at this real quick. It says, Mr. Jones believes that Mr. Combs was G'ing him to pass him off to his friends. This fear became reality when Mr. Combs introduced Mr. Jones to Cuba Gooding Jr. while they were on Mr. Combs' yacht. That's crazy, man. That is crazy. Now look at what they said that Cuba Gooding Jr. was doing. It says, as evidenced by a video of which screenshots are embedded below, Cuba Gooding Jr. began touching, G'ing, and can't even say it. Mr. Jones' legs, his upper inner thighs, near his groin, the small of his back, near his buttocks and his shoulders. That's wild. And he's not the only one. There's also people in the industry that is also named in this lawsuit. This is bigger than what any of us would have expected. This is crazy, man.
In addition to these record labels that are listed as defendants, they also list CEOs, a former CEO of Motown Records and then a current CEO of UMG. So I'm wondering why, in addition to these labels, are they listing the CEOs?
Yeah, they're trying to pierce the corporate veil. They're trying to say that, you as individuals also were aware of these things happening.
Someone we know for sure is speaking with investigators, though, is Cassie. Melba says she's not surprised.
I expect that she would have, because again, if she's telling the truth, then she's going to give any evidence that she has. So in terms of if there's recordings she knows existed, right? I mean, she may not have possession of it, but she could be like, listen, in July of 2005, he forced me to do XYZ at, this particular hotel. There may be surveillance footage to show me going in and out of the building. There may be this video that he took of the horrible events that may have happened that day. So now at least law enforcement will know exactly where to look and start to narrow down different timelines, and then also speak to other witnesses or maybe other survivors that were present and victimized at another point in time, but they can help corroborate some of what she's saying. And that is going to help put together the case against Diddy, likely for human trafficking, for sex trafficking, narcotics charges, etc.
Okay, now this is the thing, okay? Now, although this started as civil, it quickly went to being criminal charges based off of all the evidence that they've seen. That's why they raided his house. That's why they've gotten these interviews from different people. They've gotten different people to speak up against him. So now they can actually press criminal charges against him. At first it was civil. Now they've changed it over to criminal, okay? And in the last video I showed y'all, Gene Deal actually said he believed that in September, P. Diddy was going to get arrested. And what happened? It's mid-September and P. Diddy is now arrested. Okay, this is crazy, man. But guess what? This is what happens when you do dirt to people and you think you can get away with it. He is getting everything that he's deserved from all of the people that he's messed with, all the people that he's hurt, all of the people that he screwed over, all the people that ended up with their lives ruined because of him. This is crazy. This man is probably not going to get out of jail. He's probably going to get indicted and have the jury convict him for a lot of the crimes that he's done. And this may be the end of P. Diddy as we know it. All right, look, man, let me know what you guys think about this video in the comment section, okay? If you're new to the channel and you like what you see, I encourage you to hit that subscribe button, okay? And hit the post notification bell so you do not miss another video. All right, my name is Aaron Page. I will catch y'all on the next video. Until next time, I'm out.